Hello and welcome back to another edition of Ames Tonight. I'm Jim Heinrichs, and with me is...
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man, very nice to meet you. I loved
Yeah.
you in, what was it, Infinity War?
Yeah,
Spider-Man
of course.
Homecoming. Civil War.
Oh,
Big
don't
fan.
forget Civil War. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
It was amazing. I loved that, before. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's still a little touchy subject like Uncle Ben, but,
Ooh.
Yeah, just stuff we don't have to talk about. But yeah, I'm really glad you're a fan. I always love meeting fans.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
I'm actually a big fan of your show. So when I was digging through the spam one day, I noticed an email from you, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. Why not? I got nothing better to do for the next year.
Wow, that's intense. I mean, always check your spam folders, I guess is the moral of that story.
Yeah, you never know what you'll find in there.
Yeah, wow. I am very excited for this show, as you can tell.
So am I, yeah.
But,
no, this will be great.
Yeah, so I guess since it's Halloween, I kind of find Halloween a little bit spooky, a little bit scary, and I was thinking we could just kind of like talk about some of our fears. Now I know you're a superhero, so like, do you have like a lot of fears? And
what I think a lot of people do forget is we superheroes also have a lot of fears. We're just regular people, we're just wear a mask and can just do a lot of things other people can't, but that doesn't mean we're not scared of things. For example, one of my first big fears is spiders themselves, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very thankful for the radioactive spider that bit me and gave me this incredible super strength that I've been told not to show. But, it was, I know, I'm really sorry. I would love to, juggle these chairs and desk, but, there's only so much a guy can do.
Yeah, we can't really throw stuff
I was going to say,
around.
I'd
There's a
rather
lot of
not
lights.
damage your expensive equipment here at ISU TV. So,
Yeah.
just kind of do it, real smooth, just kind of be real nice. But no, spiders are terrifying. You think I just cuddled up next to spiders? No, never. No, they're disgusting. They got 8 legs and they crawl and bite you and they're yeah. And some of them get so big. Have you seen? They're like dinner plates in Australia. It's ridiculous. They jump at you and that's why I chose to be the spider.
Strike fear into the hearts of
Yeah,
your
strike a
enemies.
fear, almost like a little Batman kind of thing. Kind of use my fear against them.
Nice.
Not really scared when I'm Spider-Man, but when I'm my other person, it's a little more frightening, honestly.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So one of my big fears, I know I talked about it on the show a little bit last week, but yell like hell. It's an Iowa State tradition, and I'm an Iowa State student, so you'd think that I'm a big fan of it and whatnot.
No, I agree. It's a big tradition.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just seeing people get painted their entire bodies. It's just terrifying.
Is it the nudity or the paint?
Well, I watched them do it with just regular clothes on, and so that was fine. So I guess I'm not really sure if it's the nudity. Well, they wear underwear.
Yeah, but the partial nudity.
Right. Yeah, the partial nudity. I don't know if it's that or the paint. I think it's the paint though, just because I don't know, it freaks me out. There's just these yellow and red creatures.
I've seen some of the paintings. They're a little terrifying. The beaks kind of get me a little bit. I can understand that.
Yeah, definitely.
No, for sure.
And they're also yelling at you, which is terrifying in and of itself. Not to mention they're rapidly moving and stomping around. It's
almost like a pagan ritual if you think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so usually around Halloween, so that actually kind of lines up with Halloween's traditions. So that's
interesting.
That's a little freaky. I gotta agree with you, actually.
We should look more into that.
Yeah, we should. Maybe there's some weird underground thing going on with the Greek community. I think Iowa State needs to investigate this. Don't you think?
Maybe. Interesting. All right,
all right, since you shared one of mine, I suppose I should share another one of mine. Another big fear of mine is, imagine you go to college, and never mind. Now, imagine that you're walking down a long hallway, and it just goes on forever and ever, and all of a sudden you hear a little giggle. You don't think much of it, and then you realize you're alone, and you look down, and there's the 2 most terrifying children on the face of the earth. The twins from The Shining. Have you seen these people? Children are scary in horror movies. There's a reason why we use them. Spoiler alert for the original Halloween back in 1970. Seeing a 7-year-old murder someone with a knife in the opening 5 minutes is some of the most terrifying parts in cinema of all time. I mean, children are supposed to be cute and innocent and scared, not sadistic and murdering their sister. Well, come on, what was Hollywood thinking with some of this stuff? It's ridiculous. oh, it's so terrifying. And then, sometimes you get like the movies where they have just like black eyes and they're talking about having psychic powers and, how they need to destroy all of humanity because they're the pure children. It's ridiculous if you ask me, It's terrifying.
Yeah, I would agree. Those two specific children are terrifying. Yeah, I think that relates to one of my fears, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, no, I mean, children in general I'm okay with, but those two,
Nope. Nope.
But anyway, one thing, okay, this is kind of a weird one, I guess, because like I also have one of these, but another one of my fears, belly buttons.
Belly buttons?
Belly
really?
buttons, yeah.
Belly buttons.
Yeah.
What terrifies you about belly buttons?
So one time, a friend of mine was just like, hey, Jim, imagine you're just hanging out with someone, and then suddenly a random baby hand, like, crawls out of their belly button and just, like, grabs your hand or something. And I immediately was just terrified at that thought, and didn't really know what to do. And so ever since, because if you think about it, it's just like a random hole in the middle of your body. You don't know where it goes, really. I mean, scientists probably do, but we're not that. Iowa State University of Science and Technology, whatever. But anyway, like, still, I don't know. Like, it freaks me out. You just don't know. Like, look at that. It's even scarier with eyes.
Why does it have a face?
I don't know.
Why can't I see the inside of it?
It's just a dark void of.
It's like a cave in the human body.
It is. Now you see my point.
I'm a man of science, but that's some witchcraft right there, if I do say so myself.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow, that is. Whew, you have a point. I thought it was a little ridiculous at first, but now that you brought it up, it was. Whew.
Yeah. Well, let's hear another one of yours. Yeah.
All right. So imagine you're a college student on the first day of school, and you walk in, you sit down front class, you put your notebook out, and you're ready to go, and you walk, and you wait. 1 minute passes, no one shows up. 2 minutes pass, no one shows up. Finally, around 5 minutes, the professor comes up, and he's this 90-year-old man who just walks in, sits down, and starts quoting the whole textbook to you in class. This guy has written the book, all right? He knows it like the back of his hand. He's lived since World War II. These kinds of professors are terrifying for college students. You think you're going to pass their class? No, back in my day, we didn't even have textbooks. We had to learn it outside and make history ourselves. It's ridiculous what some of these professors demand of students nowadays when they don't provide any of, PowerPoints or notes or study guides. They make testing so stressful for students. I mean, you just walk into class thinking, oh, maybe I'll be able to learn something. Nope, here comes this professor who knows everything about it, and you can't debate him about anything. It's,
How old are you? Yeah, never mind. I'll go on to mine.
enough to be a man.
Yeah, definitely. Right, of course. So my next one, this relates back to that whole kids from The Shining thing. People who say things at the same time, they really freak me out. That's why those twins from The Shining, I can't deal with that. They just say things at the same time. Also, okay, these guys right here. When they all say it, I can't. I don't know why.
I get that, no.
But mob mentality or something, it freaks me out.
I figured the aliens would be a little bit more chill with, but I can, The Shining does kind of do that to you, though.
Right.
Not a fan of the, come play with us, Danny.
Nope.
Yeah, no. Now imagine those things saying, come play with us. Now that would be terrifying. That's like they took Toy Story in a whole different direction. Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Right.
Yeah, no. So I think that just about wraps something up here. Hey, what's that over there? I don't really see anything.
I don't. What are you talking about?
All right, guys, it's time for the moment you've all been
goodness.
waiting for. Spider-Man had to leave the building real quick, but now it's on to the important stuff. No more talking about fears, because the fear you need to be working about right now is the fear of the raccoon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and all other appropriate formal titles. It is time for your highlight of the week. an update on the war. When we last informed you about our furry fiends, a ceasefire agreement had been broken via rabid raccoons just south of the Allied trenches. Since then, we have an unconfirmed breakout of over 10,000 rabies cases in the US. Yes, the rubbish rats are indeed a force to be reckoned. But despite having crippled the Canadian government, rubbing their dirty paws over Russian nuclear weapons, infiltrating the White House, and taking my beautiful wife of 10 years, Shannon, from me as well, and the quintuplets, my children, Nick, Quinn, James, Malik, and Job, they have done something even worse than all those things put together. The waste weasels have attacked the UK. That's right, you Dr. Hooligans and Harry Potter heads and downtown Abakins. Your precious home of foreign media is under attack. Found in Derbyshire, this little garbage gremlin was found pinned against some furniture, listening into an old couple's conversation, attempting to learn what it means to be a Brit, how they talk, how they walk, how they drink copious amounts of tea that I would rather just throw in the water. Luckily, this one has been captured by the proper authorities and will be questioned. So far, we have not been able to discover his true motives, but many officials suspect it was an attempt to dismantle foreign relations between the US and the UK, the author of whom is now heavily considering joining the war. The trash tormentor is hilariously named Rooney the Raccoon. If that sounds familiar, it is, because yes, it is the Rooney Raccoon, the raccoon known as Bin Laden's left-hand vermin, who committed many acts of tipping over the good Americans' garbage cans and spreading rabies on a pandemic level. Now that he is in custody, many suspect that this sewer scavenger will meet his end when tried before the United Nations. In the meantime, we will see what this devilish deviant knows and then decide what to do with him. As always, keep your garbage locked, look out for rabies, and turn your neighbor into the secret police if you suspect him of raccoon-related activity. God bless and good luck.
Well, that was interesting, but I guess, I do have one last, fear to bring up, and that would be, one of my fears is actually explaining my fears, and I think it was good of me to get all that off my chest, because, you know, you just have to face your fears head on. In the wise words of philosopher and motivational speaker Shia LaBeouf, do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true. Just do it! Some people dream of success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No. What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. We'll have more Ames Tonight after the break.
Welcome back to Ames Tonight. I'm Nick Demery.
And I'm Leah Gepke, and it has been spooky season here at Iowa State, and I have dressed up as Ariana Grande, if you can't tell, but Nick, did you get the memo?
What? No, I totally got the memo. I'm Will McAvoy, as portrayed by Jeff Daniels on HBO's show The Newsroom.
So you dressed as yourself?
No. See, on The Newsroom, Jeff Daniels plays a cynical, abrasive journalist who is excellent at delivering the news, but has issues with his personal life that he needs to deal with throughout the whole thing.
So you dressed as yourself?
Alrighty, depressed Catwoman. Let's just get to the news, shall we?
I guess so.
One of the major news stories that's been circulating the airways for the past 2 weeks has been the story of a caravan of migrants making its way towards the U.S.'s southern border. To put the public at ease about this approaching group, Fox News stated that the caravan was carrying smallpox, leprosy, and tuberculosis. How relaxing. Even if this were true, the diseases would not be immediate concerns for citizens who've been vaccinated, but we can only take this one step at a time. President Trump, looking to further alleviate tensions, took measured action by deploying over 5,000 troops and suggesting he would deploy between 10 and 15,000 troops to the border, stating, "We have to have a wall of people." President Trump appears to have circumvented needing congressional approval to build a border wall by making one himself at any cost. In fact, his next option was going to Mexico and building one out of Legos himself.
And Nick, just to add on, I am a dog person. Nice try, though. This past Saturday, professional boxer Levan Shania allegedly tried to punch his own coach after losing a match in Sofia, Bulgaria. Apparently, Shania tried to challenge his undefeated opponent Spas Genov, into extending the rigorous fight after it was clearly over. Shania's coach stepped into the ring to calm him down, but Shania instead struck him in the side, supposedly missing, with the coach responding with a slap to the face. Okay, we may be looking at this all wrong. You know, I mean, he is from the country of Georgia, after all, so maybe this is the boxer way of saying thank you for all your coaching. I don't know. I did watch the whole fight, and let me just say, they did both give a knockout performance. Sorry, guys, I really don't think that was a good punchline. Get it? Because they, like, box and it's, like, punching and stuff. Okay.
Several mail bombs were intercepted last week after being sent to major supporters and members of the Democratic Party. In response, the Republican Party spun out a series of conspiracy theories about these bombs being part of a black flag operation, resulting in the Democratic Party getting attacked for being attacked. Now look, nobody is saying that the Republican Party influenced the bombers. Okay, the bomber is saying this, but he's not even credible. Who sends a bomb through the mail nowadays? Just send a virus by email. These attempts were followed up by Vice President Mike Pence suggesting that the migrant caravans were organized by left-wing groups and sent here for the sole and exclusive reason of challenging the laws of the United States. However, challenging laws is a lot easier than having 4,000 migrants travel 1,000 miles. You can just use Twitter.
Oh, Halloween. Such a wonderful holiday. But of course, it isn't Halloween if there isn't some type of scandal or controversial costume. Fox News correspondent and right-side enthusiast Tomi Lahren decided to give her unwanted opinion yet again by dressing up as well-known comedian Kathy Griffin for Halloween. And she posted it all over social media. She posted this picture on Instagram, but I won't read the full caption because honestly no one probably cares, and it's Tomi Lahren. And in her caption, she goes on to make fun of Griffin and say, "Happy Halloween from all of us infected with Trump derangement syndrome." I mean, honestly, there are so many jokes I can make about this post, but come on, Tommy, this is Halloween. A time for candy, costumes, and Jimmy Kimmel pranks. Not a time to be causing drama literally no one asked for. You could have honestly picked any other costume. I mean, you're holding a clown head in the picture. Just put it over your head, over your cheap $1 Wendy's wig, and there you go. Oh no, wait, see, I forgot. So you can't go as yourself for Halloween. Bummer.
As a response to the migrant caravan approaching the United States, President Trump recently announced that his solution to a large group of immigrants coming to America was to send armed soldiers. However, much like red licorice at a Chubby Checker concert, there's a twist. The president announced that he is also looking into revoking birthright citizenship. In support of this blatant disregard for common everyday laws, every pig in the world began to fly, and temperatures in hell dropped to a crisp 20 degrees. Of course, birthright citizenship is a right guaranteed by that pesky Constitution of ours, but the president is certain he's found a workaround: not caring. Despite the fact that the 14th Amendment has guaranteed citizenship for 150 years, the president believes he can circumvent the most powerful document in American history by plugging his ears and saying, "La la la, I can't hear you."
There's nothing like a good birthday present, especially if you're a self-made gazillionaire. This past Monday, Kylie Jenner surprised her mother, Kris Jenner, for her 63rd birthday, but with not a puppy or a Kindle, you know, like us commoners would. Oh no, she got Kris a cherry red Ferrari that costs approximately $250,000. I know, best daughter of the year, right? Come on, Kylie, you're making us all look bad. I'm a college freshman and I can't even buy my mom a coffee mug from Target. Thanks for showing off and making me rethink my idea of making a coupon book this year. Well, you know what they say. Money isn't everything, but it certainly keeps you in touch with your children.
I've spoken about a lot of things this evening, and there's more that I didn't mention tonight, like the election of Brazil's new radical right-wing president, Jair Bolsonaro, or the false sexual assault accusations of Robert Mueller, or the fact that Oprah Winfrey, again, has stated that she does not want to run for president. Please, just get it through your head. She doesn't want to run. However, I want to encourage everyone in the audience tonight not to be distracted by any of this, and instead to go out and vote. Midterm elections are this coming Tuesday, November 6th, and every vote counts. Even if you disagree with every single thing I have said this evening, please go out and vote. Even if you think Oprah Winfrey would make a great president, she wouldn't. It's not the point, she wouldn't. It is imperative to our national identity that the majority of Americans, regardless of party affiliation, are heard and that their votes are accurately reflected in our government. So, go out, vote, and stop trying to make Oprah Winfrey president!
Personally, I think she'd make a great president.
Shut up!
Remember when trading with candy with your friends after trick-or-treating? Well, now you can with your local vending machine, too. Just make sure to tell it no take-backs. Reese's released a candy converter machine this past Sunday during a Halloween parade in Tarrytown, New York. This machine allows the public to trade in candy they don't like for a good old Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. According to a recent survey conducted by the experts at Reese's, 90% of Americans say they have traded or wish they have traded their unwanted Halloween candy. And I saw this story and I thought, wow, where was this when I was a kid? All those healthy snacks and toothbrushes I could have traded in for my favorite candy of all time. Which is why I'm starting a GoFundMe page to raise money to have one of these lovely machines in my dorm room. Please donate to this worthy cause. I really like candy.
Seems a little desperate, don't you think?
No, I like candy actually.
Well, in any case, that's all for us here in the B block of Ames Tonight, but stay tuned, more is on the way.
I'm Leah Gepke, and Nick is too cynical for mainstream television.
I'm Nick Demery, and my co-host is 18 years old and still dresses up for Halloween. We'll be back after this.
Hello.
We're back.
Welcome back. This is
Ames Tonight.
Guess who we are? Do you know? I bet you don't.
Probably don't.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot 2 years?
It's been about 2 years.
2 years?
Laurel.
2 years.
We used to be the head honchos of this little show.
This little lovely show, also known as Ames Tonight. I used to be Jim? Maybe?
And I also used to be Jim.
I don't know who Jim's co-host is now. I don't watch anymore. So I graduated and then stopped watching our own show.
See, we used to run this, but then we graduated and became adults.
And let me tell you how that's going.
It's not great.
Not great.
It's not great.
It's not going well at all. And honestly, I have some feelings about being an adult that I just don't think the graduating seniors that are, going to graduate in December or May of this year are ready to hear.
So here's some hard facts for ya. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Stay as long as you can.
Rack up all that debt and then die. So someone else has to pay it.
Someone else has to pay that. And I just think that that's the best option for you because honestly, bills and rent, they're rough.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. Have you ever heard of credit card debt, Megan?
Oh, I've got a lot of it.
I'm just
a lot
occurring all the time. It's just, it never ends.
Interest.
That's what gets me. I checked my credit score the other day. I'm not going to say it on air, but it's not great. Not great.
Did you know if you check your credit score too much, it lowers your credit score?
It lowers the credit score. So if you think you're being proactive and being helpful to yourself by checking your credit score more often,
don't do it.
You're not. You're actually shooting yourself in the foot. By doing it, you cannot check your credit score. Check it once, like what, a year? Is that the rule? I don't know.
Have your apartment landlord check it when you're applying.
Ooh, that's good.
And that's
a good tip.
it.
I like that tip. I checked mine the other day because I'm supposed to be buying a car like next week. Is this news to you?
This is news to me.
I'm supposed to be buying a new car next week.
Big girl over here.
We'll see if it happens. But yeah, I mean, that's the plan. It might happen. I mean, I've saved some money and my credit score is okay.
Also, good luck saving money, because you're not going to make any money
That's
once
another
you graduate.
thing. No money. You make
No
no
money.
money. It all goes to your rent and then your bills and then
Maybe your dog.
when you get a dog, because you will get a dog.
You're going to get a dog after you graduate.
It's the first thing I did. I graduated, I walked off the stage, and Tino was put into my arms. So
We both have dogs.
We'll get a dog.
And cats. We have both of them.
oh gosh.
We have so many animals because we're so lonely.
Can we please get off this adulting topic and getting onto more exciting matters like SSDGM, who's coming to town in March?
Y'all heard of a little podcast called My Favorite Murder? Coming
seems
to
like-
Des Moines.
It seems like somebody in the back there's a little excited
I
about
think
a little.
we got a murderino.
Oh, do we got a little murderino action in the
We've
back?
got one.
Oh, we got one.
We've got one.
Oh yeah. Stay.
Better than none. She's
That's
right.
She is right. Stay out of the forest, Allie. Stay out of the forest. Very excited about that. Let's see what else we got going on. Game of Thrones.
Always Game of Thrones. You know how much we love to yell about Game of Thrones? We love to do it.
It
So
was
here it is.
Honestly, about 75% of our segments.
All right,
when we
so
were here,
the
so let's go.
first cover on Entertainment Weekly for Season 8 has dropped.
Has the release date and trailer dropped? Absolutely not.
Of
Why
course
would they
not.
do that?
Why would they bless us with that much information at once? They would never.
They would never.
And they did never do that.
They did never. Look, you were giving me the quick highlights of the article, and I just have to say, I think you're right about maybe the social media game they were posting out of order. I had the theory for the longest time up until about 5 seconds ago when you said.
blew her mind.
You blew my mind. I thought Emilia Clarke, Daenerys, was going to get killed off very quickly, but then she brought up, hey, they weren't allowed to post, so maybe they posted that out of order.
They were
So-
not allowed to post anything.
But then when they did, eventually post and had their last day Game of Thrones shoots, it seemed like Amelia was first. And then we had Maisie last, who plays Arya. So I'm not sure how this is going to end for any of the ladies on Game of Thrones, but a lady will end up on the throne.
That's true. Which lady do you think, Laurel?
Okay, so season 1, up until season 7. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched the show yet.
Watch the show already.
I mean, come on.
Watch
it's been on
it.
for years.
It's been on since 2011.
It's like one of the most award-winning shows
There's
ever.
no excuse.
No excuse
Borrow
for
someone's
anybody.
HBO Go password and start watching
It's very easy to get one of those. But I always thought Dany was going to end up on the throne. Not so sure about that anymore, especially after how Sansa and Arya teamed up last season.
Sisters. United forever.
The connection, the Stark connection.
Stark sisters.
Big spoiler alert. I'm going to need Lisa to walk away if she doesn't want to hear this, but Jon Snow's a Targaryen. And he's messing around. He's messing around with his aunt. And look, and it's called incest. And now look, normally I'm not for it. Like,
Normally, I'm not for it.
I'm not for it. I'm not for it in real life. I'm not for it when it's with, Cersei and her brother.
There's a lot of incest on that
But there's a lot of incest on that show. But like for some reason, everybody was like jacked out about it for Jon and
'cause he's hot.
Dany. It is because they're
She's
just
hot, too.
they're just both hot, and I get it. But like,
Do you get it?
I think I get it. But
Let's get back on track
let's
here.
get back on track.
We talked a lot about incest.
They're just both so hot. But I think that I wanted Dany on the throne. That's changed now to I want Sansa on the throne. I want Arya to be her hand. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to work out.
I'm just going to throw this out here. And I'm just going to say that everyone's going to die. And no one
Or
gets the throne.
here's a hot take. Everyone's going to die. Marjorie Terrell is going to come back.
Marjorie is going to come back from the dead.
From the
and
dead.
she's going to sit on the Iron Throne. And that's
like-
the end of the show.
I like what you said earlier, though, about she's going to come back as a White Walker.
That's also
That's a hot take.
good possibility.
Red hot take. But I'm here for it.
All right, folks. Well, that's been Ames Tonight.
I'm glad we came back. I hope you're glad we came back.
It's been real, friends. We're never coming back again. So
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
a
it.
one-time deal.
One time deal, Jim. You one night only. So
All right, and
On
we're
that
going to
note-
sign off forever. I'm Megan Moran, the
And
Tramp King.
and I'm Laurel Feeks, and
Have a great Thursday mug night.
a very great Thursday mug night. Stay sexy and
Don't get
Don't get
murdered.
murdered.